Sutaji says, Shaunakadik, I shall also describe to you all the wonderful charit. So here actually the Bhagavatam begins. He goes straight to the Mahabharata, Sutaji. And he says, because see the Mahabharata had taken place, Sutaji is afterwards in Kali Yuga. So he says that the Mahabharata, the great battle was over. And in this Mahabharata, most of the warriors had died. From the Pandava side, there were a few remaining. From the Kaurava side, there were only 4. Duryodhan, Kripacharya, Kritavarma and Ashwathama. And Duryodhan was fatally wounded. He was so full of fury that he had immersed himself in the lake to cool himself down. Now Ashwathama, he thought of a way of getting back at the Pandavas. So when it was night time, now the rules of war, the injunction was, you shall not fight after sunset. Ashwathama broke that injunction. He entered the Pandava camp, and the tent in which he thought the 5 Pandavas were sleeping, he went there with his sword and he chopped off their heads. He held the heads with the hand and came out. Now what Ashwathama did not realize was, this was not the tent in which the Pandavas were sleeping. This was the tent in which the 5 sons of the Pandavas, the 5 sons of Draupadi were sleeping. And Ashwathama, in his ignorance, had chopped off their heads and brought them. So he brought these heads to his commander, Duryodhan. He said, boss, look what I have got for you. Duryodhan said, what? I have got the heads of the 5 Pandavas to take revenge for what they have done. Duryodhan said, impossible. If what you are saying is right, give me the head of Bhimsen. Ashwathama handed him the head of Bhimsen. Duryodhan used his hands and he squashed it. The head got squashed. Duryodhan said, this cannot be Bhimsen's head. If it was, I would not have been able to squash it. Whose head have you got? He looked carefully. What have you done? You have killed their children? This is totally wrong. Our dynasty has got destroyed. We did not have to destroy their dynasty like this. This is intolerable. Duryodhan had his principles even though he was such an evil person. So he did not like the Pandava dynasty being eliminated like this. Duryodhan felt so much of regret on what Ashwathama had done, he left his body. Now in the morning when people woke up in the Pandava camp, Draupadi discovered her 5 sons are dead. She began wailing like a child. The news came to the Pandavas. Krishna was also there. Yudhishthira was horrified. Arjun made a vow. He said, I will take revenge for this. He went after Ashwathama. Krishna knew something drastic is going to happen. Krishna also followed. Now when Ashwathama found Arjun coming behind him, Ashwathama, he knew how to release the Brahmastra, this very special nuclear weapon. So he released the Brahmastra. Ashwathama knew how to release it. He did not know how to call it back. One way. So when he released it, Arjun found this huge, amazing energy coming at him. So he immediately took shelter of Sri Krishna and said, Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Mahayoginyadhishvari, my Lord, Please protect me in this moment. So Sri Krishna said, Arjun, you also know how to release the Brahmastra. You release one. So Arjun also released the Brahmastra. You know, the weapons in those days, now we people say we are advanced, but their weapons, their nuclear weapons, they were created by mantras. They were released by mantras and they were targeted at places. So these two Brahmastras, they were heading towards each other. The celestial gods, they became scared that if these two Brahmastras hit each other, the universe will get destroyed. So Lord Shiv stepped in between and he pacified the two Brahmastras. Now Ashwathama's weapon was neutralized. Arjun caught him and dragging him, tied him up in a rope and dragged him to Draupadi. The perpetrator of that crime, I have brought him to you. I am going to kill him. Draupadi looked at Ashwathama tied in a rope. She said, no, don't do it. I am suffering the loss of my 5 sons. If you kill him, how much pain his mother will have. Draupadi's nobleness. She is not thinking of revenge. She is thinking about the pain that Ashwathama's mother will suffer if he dies. So she said, look, he is your Guru Putra. Because he is the son of Dronacharya, Arjun's military guru. You should not behave like this with him. So now a dilemma developed. Bhimsen said, absolutely not. No mercy should be shown upon such a person. Yudhishthir said, no, we must show mercy. Draupadi is right. Arjun did not know what to do. Arjun looked to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, he said, Arjun, somebody who has done evil should be punished. That is justice, that is law. Nevertheless, somebody who is respectable, he should not be punished. He is the son of your guru. He is a Brahman. He should not be punished. Sri Krishna, he spoke on both sides. You know, like just now in my last series that I gave, so I was living in a house and the husband and wife would get into an argument. And then they would both ask me, Swamiji, which is right? It's incorrect to take any side. So Sri Krishna is also being very diplomatic. So he spoke on both sides, sitting on the fence, but Arjun understood Sri Krishna's meaning. Arjun said, I must do something which is punishment and yet does not kill him. So Ashwathama used to have a money on his head. Arjun removed that money, which was practically as good as death for him. And he shaved off his head, shaved off his mustache, and said, go. So he released Ashwathama, as good as death. But evil people, they don't give up their evil ways. So Ashwathama, he was released. But having been released, again he released a Brahmastra. And this time he aimed it at Uttara's womb. So Arjun's son Abhimanyu's wife Uttara was carrying Arjun's grandson in the womb. This would be the last of the Pandav dynasty. So Ashwathama said, let me eliminate him. So he released the Brahmastra directed at Uttara's womb. When Uttara saw this energy coming, she screamed for help to Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna, out of his causeless grace, he in his subtle form, he entered the womb. Now the Brahmastra had already impacted and killed the womb. Lord Krishna pacified the Brahmastra, enlivened the womb again, and brought Parikshit to life. So he gave darshan to the child in the womb. This child was then born after a few months. And when the child was born, the child was looking everywhere. So Yudhishthir asked Krishna that where is this child looking? What is he seeing? So Narad said that he saw Krishna in the womb. So he is looking, where is that personality who gave me darshan inside? Is this the one? Is this Krishna? Is this Krishna? So they gave him the name Parikshit, one who's checking everything. So nevertheless, that episode ended there. Yudhishthir became the king of Hastinapur. Krishna, he said, all right, he stayed for a few days and then he said, now I have to go back to Dwarka. Everything, all the matter is settled. So at that time, the Pandavas requested, my lord, please, you have to remain. So Krishna remained there for some time.